Whiskey and White going all the way. What up, world? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey and White Show with me, your host, Tommy Mac.
And me, your better host, Tyrone McClenaghan.
And you all know the crack. We're in association with the #1 praise competition page, Our Kings.
Yep. I've been out there every day. Our Kings, shoot me a break.
Hello, come on. We're going to go broken here trying to win something. And, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you have been messaging and asking me up in the school run and all.
Yeah.
When's this show coming out? It's out now. So make sure you hit BBC iPlayer and run it up because we want to turn this short episode into a series. We've written 6 episodes.
We worked hard. Got a box of beer, wrote these fucking episodes. So we deserve them to go to the screen.
Totally. I'm making it sound like we did work hard. Nah, that's not actually what happened. But
get tuned on it,
yeah. So we want this series. You want this series because it's funny. What we've written is hilarious.
It is actually.
So we want to share
it. We went over it the other day and I couldn't believe how funny it was. I forgot how funny it was. I was like, fuck me, did we rate that? It was lethal. But yes, check it out. It's on BBC iPlayer and then it's on BBC NI.
It's called The Spar on iPlayer.
Yeah, and it's the show's called Rolling with the Punches.
So, anywho, today we are joined by a very, very, very special guest, a history maker, and an Olympic gold medalist. Folks, welcome to the gym, Mr. Rhys McClenaghan.
Fresh off the Olympics. How's your life been since you've been back?
It's been busy in different ways. So outside of the gym, I'm just doing different speaking events, doing some stuff with Red Bull. Being busy.
I seen a kid out in Red Bull now.
I know,
be sponsored by Red Bull, huh?
Sponsored by Red Bull, So I got that deal done before I actually went to the games.
Okay.
So then the day after the Olympics finish when you can start promoting sponsors because there's that blackout period where you can't promote any sponsors at all at the Olympics. Yeah, so we got the deal done beforehand, had to wait for that blackout period to finish. And the day after, we're boom.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I'm an Olympic champion. I'm double the money.
Price of brick winner.
That's the thing. It's almost like they put a bet down and just paid off for them.
That is the thing. They put risk.
Yeah.
If you're talented, that with the risk and it'll pay it off.
And obviously you were flying before and so there was a safe bet, it was a cert bet.
Yeah, true. It wasn't a cert but it was a safe enough one, So.
I'm not massively into gymnastics, but see over the last 3 to 4 years, all I see is your name absolutely everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, everyone, all I see is you.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about any sport in this country. If you're at the top level, it's going to be celebrated in any way. So, obviously it's a niche sport. Any results I'm getting is the first for Northern Ireland, for Ireland, and that's why everyone's just oh shit, this is pretty cool to see.
Do you feel there's pressure on it because of that? Because everyone's looking up to you he's a superstar of gymnastics for Ireland, and they're expecting you to win stuff now.
Yeah, but I expect myself to win things too, so it's not really too different. I think the pressure, I don't know if you guys feel this as well, that most of the pressure I feel is from me and not really from anyone else.
Just in your head.
Yeah, it's all in my head.
Well, see, right, so when we're fading, all we're doing is thinking about the fade and trying to not think about it. Are you doing the same? You're trying to not focus on the fade and focus on day-to-day things when it's competition day?
See, the difference with gymnastics and boxing is that you've got an opponent trying to ruin your day, whereas the only person that can ruin my day is me.
Yeah.
And that you can take that in 2 ways. You can take that in a positive way, which is there's obviously nobody trying to fucking punch me in the face and trying to ruin my routine. But then also it does kind of double that pressure where you're what you need to do and you just need to do it now, man. It's not here never.
So have you always been the top of the pops from you started gymnastics when you were a kid?
Not even I was a good gymnast when I was younger, but it was only when I started working with my coach Luke.
I know Luke. Luke went to Commonwealth Games with him.
That's right. So he's an ex-gymnast and then turned coach in 2014, and then at the time I didn't really have a coach to work with, so he just messaged me and was I'm starting my coaching career. Do you want to just link up and start this journey together. And then as soon as I started working with him, like my career just got so much better.
Serious.
What differences was he able to bring to your game?
Well, at the time, I didn't have a coach at all, so it was a coach,
Sure.
which was a start. It was a good start. But then, yeah, the knowledge he brought, because he was mostly training over in England with like Olympic medalists.
Yeah, he was training with what's his name again from
Lewis
Britain?
Smith.
Lewis, yeah.
So he was training with like Lewis Smith. And then when he transitioned into coaching, he was just communicating with his coach as much as possible. And still to this day, like keeps in good contact with him. He's called Paul Hall. And yeah, so he was just building that knowledge that Ireland had like never seen, and then bringing that knowledge into my career. So it just
just took it to the next level.
What age did you start gymnastics? How did you even get into gymnastics? Like, as you said, it's a very niche sport in Belfast. I think there's who gymnastics.
Well, it's not. Well, I don't think the Belfast one is too hard. It's the Lisburn one's the main one, and it's sort of.
Yeah, but I mean, there is clubs popping up all over the place now. Luke has got a club in Newtonards now.
Does he?
So it's like a brand new, just over a year old, like state-of-the-art gymnastics facility now. So that's the benefits of like having somebody like Luke in this country to then pop up gymnastics clubs all over the place. But I started like in a leisure centre in Ards. It was just like a couple of benches, like a wee small trampoline, one landing mat, but
doing tumbles.
Yeah, exactly. But that was enough actually, just to hook me onto the sport, to make me
How old were you?
I love this. I was 6.
6. And I watched a documentary, mini documentary on your YouTube channel today.
Oh right, yeah.
And I was brilliant. But I seen you done a lot out the back. Your dad built you like apparatuses and stuff out the back. So was your parents, obviously they must have been very supportive of you. Were they involved in gymnastics sport before?
Yeah.
So my dad done like a wee bit of gymnastics in school. And like him and all his brothers have these mad stories where they were like vaulting over each other and doing all sorts, but like it's not like official gymnastics. They were just like teaching themselves it and doing it for like I think like an open day in school. They put on like a wee show and all. But my dad is certain, he's like, that's where it started. That's where the gymnastics started.
He's claiming it.
I know he is. But I think those little moments are probably what got into my mum and dad's head. Like, let's send them to gymnastics. Because they probably saw me, like I taught myself how to do a backflip on the garden trampoline when I was like 5. So when they saw that, they're probably like, right, this kid's...
I get some money out of this. He's going to gymnastics.
Head ball.
Give him the heads up.
So were you pushing, or did you just love it?
No, like they never pushed me into it. They obviously gave me the opportunity to go to it, because I was 5 years old. What did I know about gymnastics?
Would you have made it? Because I hate to say it, but it's more a female-dominated sport, I would say.
Here it is, yeah.
Because I brought my $4 and they've all had we stint in gymnastics.
My daughter went to gymnastics. But see, for a man to get into the sport, is it tough as a male? Or is it
wouldn't be tough, no. It would be more just like the thought about it. Like we've all in this country got the impression that it is female dominated, which it is, but like you go to Germany, there's more men doing gymnastics. You go to Japan, there's more men. It is just the culture. And I guess that's the only thing.
I
that's
always
really
say, gymnastics, it looks like maybe one of the hardest sports. They're tanks, and obviously in boxing we have to do chin-ups and whatnot like that. But you are holding your body up.
I know.
And like the stuff you have.
So you're doing muscle-ups?
Just started this week. I've been gold medalist.
I'll give you a wee clinic in muscle-ups.
Yes, definitely I need it, but I'm trying to get to 10. I've hit 4, but look at my hands, they're in bits.
Wrecked, are they?
So
mine are calloused already.
Yeah, so that's years.
I've ripped throughout the years. When I was younger, I ripped my hands.
Permanent?
Yeah, permanent now. But if you stop for a month, I swear they just go.
Back to square one.
Yeah, it's mad.
But see the way you have to be an absolute beast in gymnastics. He's doing a lot of weights.
Nope.
No weights? Just
no. The only guys that would be doing weights are the rings guys.
Yeah.
The guys that do like specialize in the rings, because it is more like less skill based and more just strength. So they're probably doing more weights, but if you're doing like the all arounder, for me, especially on pommel horse, like you want to be as light as possible, and the only muscles you want to be having are the ones that are working.
So how did you decide that? Because pommel's your speciality, isn't it? How did you pick it for your
So there's six.
Six events, yeah.
Does a coach say, look, you're really strong in this? Or?
Well, you do kind of just know as you're going through. So I was always strong on pommel horse. But what really pushed me into it, so when you start gymnastics, you do 6 events. And because that's most likely an Olympic qualification route. So everyone's kind of training 6 events with the thought in their mind, like, this is my path to the Olympic Games. But then in late 2018, I got a shoulder injury and had to get surgery on it. And then we had to find a way to get back as soon as possible to try and qualify for the Tokyo Olympics. And the quickest and most likely way was pommel horse. So we just forgot about the other apparatus for now. And
what would be your weakest?
Rings, probably.
Rings?
Yeah, because they're two polar opposites. So if your arms are too big for pommel, you can't get your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Like, literally, your biceps would be too big, your lats are too big.
And you have to have...
And then rings, you need to be a little bit stockier. I'd be quite a tall gymnast, which is mad. Whereas all the ring specialists, they'd just be over 5 foot tall.
Serious? But just
jacked out. Yeah.
I seen one. I don't know. Was it this Olympics? I think he's from America. And he's called a specialist or something, and he's only good at one.
Oh, that's the guy that came third on the pommel horse.
I beat him. I seen him, and he's only good at one thing. Apparently he's shit at everything else. He just leaves out this one thing, just bring a specialist on.
I know, but it was good because he just got selected for the Team USA team for one thing. So it all came down to him. It was quite exciting to watch.
Did that help you go to the next level in the final? Because you're like, this guy's a specialist.
Well, no, there is a few specialists. So I'm a specialist.
I'm a specialist myself.
Yeah, I'm a specialist. That's right.
But now that you've done the Olympics, another thing I need to say is, I seen you were doing your testing out the beds in the Olympic thing, the box beds. Are they made of cardboard?
Yeah, they're made completely out of cardboard.
Are they?
All the beds, yeah.
And how does that break when you're sleeping?
Well, they're just sleeping, throwing
cardboard is really hard. It's not a flimsy cardboard. It's really hard.
I was hearing cardboard, and I was like, how the fuck are they sleeping on cardboard boxes?
Yeah, no, so they do it so that they can just recycle all the beds after.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so they can chuck them out.
Jeez.
What was the experience like in the Olympics? So, this is your first Olympics, wasn't it?
Did you go to Tokyo?
Went to Tokyo.
What happened in Tokyo?
So I made the final, which is it was the first ever Irish gymnast to make an Olympic final, and then I just fell in the final.
Fuck's sake.
That was that.
How does it feel? See, when you're doing the horse, and do you know 10 seconds before you're going to fall, you feel like you're slipping or
slow motion?
It would be a second. Yeah. So sometimes it is like that because it's kind of momentum based. So if you hit your leg, then it's the next skill gets harder, and then the next one gets harder after that, and then eventually you fall. But for me, it was the second skill into the routine, my thumb just got caught on the handle wrong. And then, it was half a second, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Seems to be a lot of injuries in gymnastics. I watched that as that documentary. You'd hurt your wrist in the World Championships, was it?
Yeah.
And then your shoulder the next time.
Yeah.
What happened to your shoulder again? Because you didn't even feel pain.
Yeah, it was a weird one because the labrum was torn, and then it wasn't even just the labrum being torn that was the problem. It was leaking fluid from the joint, and that was blocking off nerves. So it was the maddest thing. I couldn't do this.
Were you ever worried that was going to fuck your Olympics?
Yeah. Well, I thought it would because it was 2018, and then we needed to qualify that following year. Yeah. But that's why the decision was made. I was 18.
18. Jeez. And I thought it was isn't your prime in gymnastics? You're younger, isn't it, than other sports?
To say, yeah. It's different for everybody. It just depends when the results come. Obviously, once you hit your 30s, then you're coming towards the end of your career.
Is there many people go in their 30s in gymnastics?
Well, there's one guy, the oldest world medalist. He medaled on pommel at the 2022 Worlds. He came third, and he was 38.
38?
Yeah.
Fair play.
My teammates always joke because he beat me one time. My teammates always say, my granddad beat me.
So at 30 is more or less where your career's kind of dwindling when you hit 30 years old?
Yeah, pretty much. People finish earlier. Luke finished because of injury at 25, I think he finished at. Yeah.
And you're 25 now.
I'm 25 now.
So you
not
think
horribly injured like Luke though.
But do you still have the desire to continue? I mean, like European, World, and Olympic. Like,
you've clocked gymnastics, so what's next?
Literally just to do it again.
Just do it again.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Be a double Olympic champion.
Try my best to. Anyway, it would just feel like a waste if I finished now.
Yeah.
I still feel good. Still feel like I can win at every competition I go to.
And do you train? So you live in Newton Ours, don't you?
Yes.
Do you train in there now, or do you? Because I seen you had a follow with your gym or coach.
Yeah, so it was Luke. Well, they like had to make Luke redundant, so they just fucked us out of that gym.
Yeah.
And then
that was right before the Olympics, wasn't
it was right before one of the competitions in 2018, but then that kind of forced us to move down to Dublin because there wasn't too many gymnastics facilities up here to like cater to me.
Do you think that helped you a lot to move to the gym?
It did. Like going down to Dublin was class because then you're surrounded by the facilities are amazing. Like there's
I've seen the video. It looked lethal.
Yeah, they're unreal. And then also you've got like the Sports Institute. So it's like where the boxers go, being surrounded by like the high level boxers.
Everyone
the
has the same
doctors,
aim
completely. So like that was such a cool environment to be around to like witness it all.
Instead of like the wee 6-year-olds coming in doing tumbles.
Yeah. But now that's nice.
Trying to train for the
Olympics. So you see in gymnastics, is there like a weight? You have to be a certain weight.
Nope.
No, you can just be on
any weight. Yeah.
But would you check your weight? Would you be eating healthy and all that?
Sometimes, but I just like. I would prefer to be the same weight the whole time, and you guys are probably jealous of me saying that. I just my walk around weight is my competing weight as well. Yeah.
So, but would gymnastics have like nutritionists and stuff, or you just left your own devices?
It's the same thing in the institute. That's where I would be. I'd be going to them and talking about nutrition. It wouldn't be anything like counting calories or like counting the macronutrients and all that. But I would just eat the right foods. You know what the good foods are and the bad foods are.
Chinese.
Unless you convince yourself you're in denial. Chinese is good, sure.
Every week I convince myself noodles aren't bad. You get noodles instead of chips.
You get chicken and black bean with boiled rice. That's a healthy house.
I got the boiled rice. It wasn't the fried rice. But yeah, like nutrition. That's the worst thing about boxing is nutrition. See if nutrition wasn't in boxing, boxing would be a great wee sport. You should see that and it's depressed.
It's mad, like, and you always get reminded of it. Like at the Olympics, there, I was sitting playing poker with the boxing guys, and they were like having half cups of tea. They're like, "Do you want a cup of tea?" He's like, "Oh, we have one.
I'll have a sip.
We have a cup of tea." I'm like, "What are these guys doing?" We have.
I want to say, if you're playing poker with boxers, you probably get robbed.
Oh, dude.
Every week.
There wasn't any money
These
on
guys
the
are
table.
so good at poker, but everyone's just cheating.
There wasn't any money. It was just sugar packets.
Oh, dude.
That's even more for the boxers. They want that sugar.
I know. They need it.
But is there like a sense of come down after the Olympics that obviously for the last 4 years you've been building up to this Olympics, you've been training your body, you've been entering all the competitions, you got the Olympics, you had that unbelievable experience, you won it, and then you come home, do you feel like it's a bit deflated? Or?
Not yet. I think it will hit me eventually, but I've been so busy, like I've been flying about the place and like still living in the moment of it, so it hasn't like died down yet. But I think, I don't know, maybe like around Christmas time
for money going in their nightclubs. Are you getting the free ones now?
Yeah.
I was at the Olympics. Oh, so you were.
That's it. So yeah, no, I'm still riding on that moment. So I haven't crashed and burned yet.
Yeah. Have you been doing much like socializing from it, like going out celebrating or
a wee bit?
Do you drink or?
I do, yeah. I do. So I was out last night.
He's hungover.
But yeah, it's nice to be able to drink. Like I stopped drinking at January 1st and then didn't drink until after the games.
Yeah. So are you making up for it then?
Yeah.
What would a normal day in a gymnast be for training for the Olympics? What would it be?
It depends on like what part of the training program you're at. So like the endurance weeks would be quite heavy. It could be like doing double sessions,
but
6 hours
is
a
the
day.
sessions just practicing the flips and practicing like on the horse, or do you be doing like sprints and
everything we can. That like
would you do sprints for
sprints not so much, like speed circuits.
Right.
So like circuits that just take you to like use every part of your body, because that's gymnastics.
That's my most
It's,
hated thing.
yeah, it's just like killing all muscles in your body more or less. But like the thing is, they're only like 5 minutes long.
I know,
but that's just like the lactic
longest 5 minutes of your life.
Completely.
See when someone says do a minute plank, then you realise how long a minute is.
How long can you hold a plank?
Well,
I don't know, but
it's something ridiculous.
It's long. It's something like 29 hours. Yeah. It's something crazy.
Have you ever gone for a personal record on a plank? Or
no, never. It just seems like
you're above it.
Painful.
Yeah.
I'm above that stuff. It just seems too much.
So see, as a young man then, like when did you start coming into like prominence when you were in your teens, or
yeah,
you went to the Olympics at 18? So say from you would have been like trying to qualify from your 14. What was that like? Was that hard to try and stay disciplined?
Yeah, I guess so, because you're obviously in school, like your mates are going out, and like
did you just stay away from it?
Yeah, you just have to stay away from it, because I was training like close to 30 hours per week, like after school every day. So
that's true.
Yeah, there was not much time for socializing and stuff, but I just knew what my goals were, and I always had this little thing in the back of my head that when I like said no to something or going out and playing football or something like that, it was like okay, because I knew that the sacrifice would be worth it in the end. So thankfully it is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what like that kind of relief is feeling after you get a medal around your neck, and you're like, oh, thank God it was worth it. I'm just tricking myself all these years.
Would he have been if he didn't win?
I know.
He almost whole chest in your
do you have a big circle of friends, or did you try and keep it
No, I had a small enough circle of friends.
I think if you have all our friends, we were all boxers, so we were all on the same page. But if you had more people, a bigger network, you get more pulled in the
drinking.
You feel like you're missing out more.
Yeah, I'd say so. But no, I kept my circle small, and I didn't even have that. I wish I did have more like gymnastics teammates around me. By the time,
because you would have been on your own.
Yeah, by myself most of the time.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck. And it just with the club I was at the time, like there was just like an age gap between me, who was one of the older ones, and then Luke was like trying to take up these proper younger gymnasts as well. So it's just like this huge like age gap, and I didn't really have like any teammates growing up either. So that's why me and Luke are so tight as well.
That would be really tough. Like I loved. I was going away on trips. We're always the guy. We're always
the boxing trips were always the best because you're with all your friends and it's so much fun.
When we fought, we were alone, but we're always we're a team.
Yeah,
always. So to be training by yourself would be fucking.
Yeah, it's a different
hard.
beast. Like, and it was every time I was in Dublin for that like 5-year stint, I was just there by myself, like me and Luke.
Was there any times you felt, fuck, guys, I just want to retire?
Not retire, but it was definitely a bit depressing. Like, and especially because I would stay in Dublin for like the whole week, but Luke would come up and down because he's got kids and stuff. So he would just like come back home.
Right to Rhys.
Yeah, and I'd be like, right, I'm just going to go back to the house and watch training videos or son play Xbox and all. So
what? See when you're in, I don't know what have you called training camp, but we call it training camp. See when you're in training camp, do you be watching? I suppose you wouldn't be. Eat food videos. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't eat food or.
Talking about food videos. Same watching Gordon Ramsay.
See in camp. All I'm doing is watching people cook and eat.
That's because you're starved. But no, I'm not starved. See, that's the difference.
But I said, I was like, why would he? Because he isn't starved.
I'm making the food. You're watching it. I'll send you a photo next time.
See, you're on the pommel horse. It's a routine. Yeah. So how long does it take to nail down, and who comes up with a routine?
So it'll be between myself and Luke. So in a routine, there's 10 skills, and you just got to pick like the most difficult skills. Obviously, you don't want to be too difficult because you just like fall off. So you need to find that balance of like not making it too easy, but making it consistent enough, but then also difficult enough to challenge like the medals.
Do you see when they go up the other people that are competing against, and it says like their skills, I don't know, like 6 or something would be, or 5 points something. Do you know beforehand, before you've done your routine or set out your routine, what other people's routine is?
Roughly, like just to know what the competition is, so that then we don't go too difficult when we don't need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you roughly know what the other gymnasts are doing, and there's some guys that were like doing easier routines in the final, and that was kind of like surprising me. Like, oh, they didn't go for their full difficulty.
They didn't want to smoke.
Yeah, didn't want that smoke. But then there's some guys that were like going like all out, and I was like, Jesus, I've never even seen them do this skill before. Like, and they're just banging it out in an Olympic final, like just risking it all type thing. So
you have to, but don't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Especially if they know, like, okay, like I was fourth up and I put down a huge score, and they're like, we may as well just like try and go all out.
Is there beef in the gymnastic world?
Like, no, not really. I wish there was. I wish there was a wee bit. I wish there was a wee bit, just to make it a wee bit more exciting.
But if you start any beef, you'd be in trouble because you're on your own. You haven't got any teammates to back me up. Come up to the Russians. Get your involved.
What would be the best or the most competitive gymnastic country?
Japan. So they won the team event in Paris, and then China would be close behind them.
Well, China, I always see China. But America seems like it's...
Yeah, they're creeping up. Well, in the women's, America just dominated.
Did you know any of them? Simone
Biles, yeah.
Did you know her?
Yep.
And would you have ever trained with her or anything? Or?
Not trained with her, no. Never trained with her.
Did you not do it? Gymnastics go to different countries for camps to train with
you
each other?
You do, but like Simone doesn't do pommel horse.
Right, but what do you call that? Is that one in the Olympics, the routine where they're dancing about, running through a big flip and then
that's the women's floor. So
can you do that?
There's only like two similarities between men's and women's gymnastics, and it's the floor, which the women do it to floor music and do like a dance with it. The men just do the tumbling passes, the flips and stuff. And then the vault, and the only difference in the vault is the height of the vault. So they lower the vault by like, I think it's 10 centimeters for the women, and men's is a wee bit higher.
What do you like on the vault?
I'm alright, like, not too bad.
You're going to add any obviously your plan to go to the next Olympics, so you're going to add in anything else, or you're just going to stick
I want to give floor a good serious
crack. Is that your second best thing? Floor?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. So
that seems like I would be one of the toughest ones, because see the flips they be doing now.
Oh no,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's very different from pommel, and that's what I like about it. So if I get injured on floor, then it'll be like a leg injury or an ankle injury. So then I can still do pommel if you get me. So
it's a good one to combine.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's 2 medal opportunities. So it'll be class to bring back 2 medals from events in the future.
Is there no team?
There is.
But he's the one-man team.
One-man team carrying.
BM doing every single event. Bring in the specialist. He comes in again. He's fucked. Injuries all over him. Fuck's sake.
But we're trying to like piece together teams in Ireland. We've never qualified a team to the Olympic Games.
So do you think with your success there'll be a lot more interest in gymnastics now for males?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Hopefully that's...
I mean, because as I said, your name just keeps popping up absolutely everywhere, and I've never seen more gymnastics in my life in the last couple of years. So,
is there anyone coming through the ranks?
I've now got a training partner. He's called Eamon Montgomery, and he's coming back from like an ankle surgery. Right. But once he comes back, I think he'll be very good on floor. He's a good floor specialist. But that's the terminology. But it makes it sound fancier. But yeah, and then younger ones. I think like coaches need to really like realize that it's a career as well, not just like a volunteer basis thing.
Have you ever had any other jobs outside of gymnastics, like normal hard working jobs? No,
like I would help my dad growing up because he's a joiner.
Really?
So I'd help him out, but that would just be for a wee experience. I think. But my dad showed me this is real work.
Team maker.
Exactly.
See, when I always thought about retiring, because I had a few jobs, I knew what working life was, and I was like, I'm not going back to work. I'm fucking boxing's it, and that's it. So a bit of work makes you motivated more.
Probably. Well, I just think about school. I'm like, work must be like school.
Yeah,
just exactly. Like recurring over and over again.
See, were you good at school?
Oh, it was terrible, man.
Were you?
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it. Like that dread that people feel on a Sunday evening, being like, I've got work tomorrow. That's what I felt for school every single time. The thing is
with you and for us for box as well, because we got school and then we have training after as well. Yeah. It's a full day of fucking...
I know. And that's probably why I hated it.
Yeah.
Like my brain just felt dead most days when I was at school.
In school, you're sitting there, you're going, I'm going to be a gymnastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a gymnastic.
A gymnastic man.
I'm a gymnastic man. Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I got an older brother. He's good at school.
Does he do gymnastics as well?
He's good at school.
He's good at school.
Yeah, so he took the academic path. He's in London now, like being an epidemiologist.
Epidemiologist?
What even is it?
It's just like, I don't even know. You'll have to ask him. I don't know.
Chandler Bing.
That's it. But because he was older, like a couple of years older, I would come in and went to the same school. Come in, and they'd be like, "You're Elliot's brother." And I'm like, "Nope, don't think like that. I'm the opposite.
I'm the gymnastic man.
I'm the gymnastic man. I'm gymnastics man. I'll do the handstands and all, but this homework I'm not doing."
Does everyone in party see and have had a few drinks? They'll be like,
do a flip race, Scott.
Yeah, all the time. In school, that would just be a random kid would come up and just be like, "Do a backflip."
I can you on the spot you're doing a backflip?
I can, yeah.
Do one for the camera.
I got it yesterday as well.
Why?
I went in, bought a bottle of Buckfast. And
Buckfast,
yeah,
Jesus.
and they were like,
Drink champions.
they're like, no, literally, they're like, the no Olympians drink Buckfast. I was like, yeah, man, it's a secret. It's a secret juice. And then the guy next to him just went, "Do a backflip." I was like, "Mate, come on, I'm in the middle of a wine market."
Rhys, you're not leaving here until you do a black flip.
Yeah, change it on.
Did you do it?
I didn't know.
No.
I should have said,
You
like,
let them
free
down.
bottle, I'll do one.
They say don't meet your heroes.
Don't know.
Fuck's sake. He's not even doing backflips.
One here,
On demand.
you went to 2 Olympics.
Yeah.
What was the difference in the first team and the second team? Obviously, the second team we won the gold, but in terms of the experience,
Well, it was COVID at Tokyo.
also was shit then.
Well, it was like because it was the first Olympics. I was still like, "This is crazy. This is my first Olympics." Like loving it. But then when you go to Paris, you're like, "Oh my god, this is what
Olympics,
it is." Just like talking to people, like everyone had that fear of getting COVID, and then you got sent home. People just got tested positive, and they're like, "Right, gotta go."
What's the vibes like in the Paris one? What's the Olympic Village like?
It's good.
Like, I've never been.
Like, it's interesting because you can sit. I love the dining hall because you can literally just sit and people watch, and you're just like, you know, they probably just want gold, or like they're their own hometown hero type thing from all around the world. And then you see some people just like sitting at the dining table crying or something, but then other people are buzzing. It's a mad thing just to like sit back and people watch.
Yeah. And you went to Commonwealth, won a gold there too.
Yeah.
What did you like better, the Commonwealth or the Olympic Games?
Probably the Olympics. Commonwealth is different.
I know it's like the Olympics obviously there's nothing higher, but remember Paddy Barnes saying that he enjoyed going to the Commonwealths because it was a wee bit more relaxed than the Olympics. Yeah,
I could see how you'd say that, and I do agree in a certain way. I loved, and still one of my favourite competitions was the Commonwealth in the Gold Coast in Australia.
Yeah,
and that would be a hard one to beat.
Australia would be great.
Yeah, so that was like my first big win. And like we got to stay out there for a couple of weeks after, live it up in Australia.
How did you feel about the Tyrone? Just before you changed, how did you feel about the boxing scandal during that?
Yeah, the public nuisance. That was funny.
Did you hear about that when you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Did you get pulled in for a meeting?
It was hilarious. We were like, "Them fucking boxers," because I didn't really know Sean at the time either. He was just one of them boxers that got lifted.
Did you get pulled in for a meeting or?
No, we didn't get pulled.
Just say it on the news.
Just be careful.
Just stay clear of these.
Stay clear of the boxers. Do people get told that? Stay clear of the boxers before competitions? Because I would tell my group of whatever sport I'm in, stay away from the boxing.
I know, it's probably wise. It's probably a wise decision.
Especially see if a boxer, we were saying before, if a boxer gets put out of the Commonwealths the first day, they've got the next 3 weeks they're set then with their team. And they're just getting drunk every day and create man. Like my mate got sent from Gully, he got sent home from
he was in my room in the Commonwealths.
He went to
the kick down the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. Pack your stuff your way.
He got sent
down the door. Like the Commonwealth Games people.
Like a pack of shit, McClenaghan.
He didn't even know what happened because he was drunk. So he woke up the next day. He's like, I don't even remember what
He
it
woke
was.
up on a plane. Like.
He was happy because he was bored. He said he'd been there for a week. He was put out and he was buzzing that he got sent home. So,
really?
so he was happy.
I enjoyed the watching, like you say, the people watching from the first day to the last day. The way like things just get more reckless as the time goes on, because some people's events are over on the first day.
Yeah.
Some people get put in the first day, and it's just more and more partying. Just
It's true. Like in Paris, that didn't really happen.
Did it not? No.
Because they kicked people out like 2 days after their event.
Did it?
Did it?
Yeah. So that didn't happen.
Fuck.
So
That's
when
right.
was yours?
Mine was like, so my qualifications was first day,
Right.
and then so I didn't get to go to the opening ceremony or anything.
Oh, really?
Because
Jesus.
like I just needed to rest.
Yeah.
But it was pissing down the whole time
Yeah,
when they were on
same
that
And
boat.
their ceremony was different because they were on the boats.
Yeah, so
Instead
they're on
of
the
the
boats, but
parade, yeah.
it was just raining the whole time.
was
So I was
sick
sitting
as fuck
watching on
on
my
the boats.
laptop, being like, I'm happy I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you get to stay for the clothing ceremony?
yeah, stay the whole time. Yeah,
Yeah.
stay the whole time.
Who carried the flag? Did you get to carry the flag?
No, it was meant to be Daniel Whiffen, but he got sick, and I forget now who carried the flag on the closing
his-
ceremony. And the opening ceremony, it was Sarah Lavin and Shane Laurie.
Right.
Um,
So the next time you'll be, would you
top-
like to be a flag bearer?
yeah, I'd love to be. Yeah,
Because
course.
definitely coming in as an Olympic gold medalist.
yeah,
Your name's in the hat.
yeah. It'd be pretty cool. I hope it. And there's been rumors of them changing the date of the gymnastics. Gymnastics is normally always first day.
No, was it?
So we always miss the opening ceremony.
Fuck's sake.
Did you see him when you went to Tokyo? Did you go to his opening ceremony at him?
No, same thing.
Jeez.
Gymnastics first day. Yeah.
And like the opening ceremony is like part of the like
It is,
the magic of it
I went to the opening ceremony in London just to watch it.
as a spectator. Yeah.
So
Did they bring you to try and get a
No.
feel for it? No.
Nah, my mum and dad just brought me.
Right.
Do you feel like
Your dad knew the crack. He's like, listen, get a feel it's Olympicness.
I know.
do you feel like now that you are Olympic champion, you're home to your next competitions, you're going to feel a lot more pressure on yourself, or put a lot more pressure?
Not
Or do you
really.
not care? Do you think it's pressure free now because you're Olympic champion? You've won absolutely everything.
Like my main goal in gymnastics now is like to enjoy just like traveling the world, still being better and better every day. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I've done what I set out to do.
What are you thinking about for after? Obviously, it's a good few years later, but after gymnastics, you going to go coaching or?
Yeah, coaching is likely. I'm doing like my qualifications and stuff and
Yeah.
just getting that all done and dusted. But yeah, you never know what opportunities can come your way.
Yeah.
You just got to sit back and like weigh all of the options up, because there's going to be a lot more options now that I'm Olympic champion, which
Yeah.
is class.
Have you had any offers for like reality TV?
Yeah, some here and there. None are set in stone yet.
Would you
but,
do it?
I'm a
like,
celebrity.
I'd do some of them. I wouldn't do
What ones
A
would
lot
you?
of them.
What one would you love to do?
Love Island. No, I wouldn't.
Love
I would-
Island.
I would absolutely hate to do Love Island. If like, and I'm not even single, but like, if I was single and they came to me, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing
Really?
that. Yeah,
So
no,
are you in a long-term relationship?
I am. Yeah, like
How-
4 years.
4 years. So your partner's been with you through the whole Olympic journey?
Yep.
the partner
pretty
got a
much.
snap 4 years before.
Yeah.
that.
Well, like, that's right, no.
Red Bull.
I knew my girlfriend when and we met when we were really young, about 14 or 13 when we were in gymnastics, and then
Was she a gymnast too?
she was, yeah. She just like got at a participation level, but
All right.
she knows how it
Roly-poly
is, though.
level, that's it.
Roly-poly
level. Leave it to pig love. I'm joking.
Was there see at the start, like 4 years ago, would you just have been competitive with each other, or were you just
No, because she done a completely different kind of gymnastics. She done acrobatic gymnastics, which
Oh,
is like you're in like a trio, so you're in like a pair or 3 people team, and you like lift the wee small one up and all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so have you never seen that
Nah,
one
I've
before?
never seen
No,
that one.
but you do like a dance routine and everything, and then you like throw them up in the air. And, yeah, it's mad.
Is that in the
Have you
Olympics?
ever
That's
done
not
that?
in the Olympics.
No,
is
it's not in the
it?
Olympics. No.
Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't done that.
You Rhys playing
Oh,
that?
no. Here, there's three of us.
I know.
Right, that's
Tommy can barely even do 2 muscle-ups.
Tommy runs forward, John.
I
You can
can't
video
do
it.
I can't even do one.
But what is the technique for muscle-ups? People get, and you can get 10.
Yeah, man. So you're working against yourself. I was looking at it today.
That's what somebody said. You're just going for, you're using strength instead of technique.
And like you'd probably be stronger physically than I would, but I just know how to move my body in the most efficient way
See,
possible.
I can't get the transition from going from here, from the bottom bit to going up. Can't do it.
Yeah. So I think you need to learn something called an upstart, which is like swinging into it.
Right.
And then the more you understand that swing, the less you can do of it. So you're meant to kind of like swing forward and then like bring your feet into the bar and then bring your body up. And that's just using momentum. That's using momentum. But then the more you get used to that, the less of a swing you do.
Right.
But the wee swing you're doing now, it's actually like working against you.
Right, okay.
But I'd love to take you through what he says.
You
should come down to the gym. Come down to Luke's gym and we'll sort you out.
Where's Luke's gym?
It's New Nards.
Nards.
Like right beside the leisure centre.
Right, we'll be down. When he's open tomorrow morning.
Well, actually would be.
We've talked enough shit today. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And yes, again, Olympic gold medalist Rhys McClenaghan, unbelievable history maker. Yeah. Make sure you follow him on all social medias, and make sure you hit BBC iPlayer to watch The Spar. Yeah, because we want to turn this into this show.
And share to our Kings as their legends. And everyone, thanks for tuning in. Just like, subscribe, and share. Boom.
With him weight going all the way.